Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Jessica Clemons, and this is a breakdown of the newest trailer for Twisters. Wild that we got a shot of Dorothy and Wicked and Dorothy and Twisters all during the Super Bowl. What were they thinking? According to Glen Powell and a lot of the cast and crew, this movie is a standalone sequel. He says it's a completely original story. There are no characters from the original movie back, so it's not really a continuation. It's just its own standalone story in the modern day. So I'm assuming, yes, a standalone sequel, but also with homages to the '96 movie starring Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton and other amazing actors. This new disaster movie stars Daisy Edgar-Jones and Glen Powell as two rival characters coming together trying to predict and maybe wrangle some tornadoes. I'm just already into it. So sit down, buckle up, and while I get Dorothy ready, let's listen to this breakdown of all the things that happened in the trailer together. And quick reminder that New Rockstars has a live show this Thursday, February 15th at Braindead Studios. Check out the link in the description below for tickets and more information. I'll be there, Zach will be there, maybe my mom will be there. I doubt it, but yeah, you should still come. Be sure to check out nerdride.shop to check out the latest and greatest in New Rockstars merch. Right now, you can grab our Multiverse Tour shirt featuring the many eras of Deadpool. It also comes as a hoodie or a crop top, or maybe pick up our Madam Web shirt featuring the greatest line from any movie trailer in history. I disagree. Grabbing some merch from nerdride.shop is the best way to support the channel and all the work we do here at New Rockstars and stops tornadoes from coming to your house. We open the trailer exactly how I want, them escaping a tornado with Dorothy on the back of the truck. Now, in the original '96 movie, Helen Hunt's character Joe and Bill Paxton's character Bill created Dorothy, a machine tailored to analyze tornadoes and signal the information back to the crew when inside the actual physical tornado. 4 Dorothys were created, and within each are a bunch of tiny little ball sensors. Those balls radio information back to the crew, and we see them later in the trailer lift into the sky. The original Dorothy was on a red 1995 Dodge Ram. This time, it's a Toyota 4Runner. But both are strapped with the same yellow and black tape to secure Dorothy's safety. In this scene, we meet Kate Cooper, played by Daisy Edgar-Jones, and Javi, played by Anthony Ramos, and driving is Daryl McCormick from Peaky Blinders. His role is still unconfirmed, and so are a lot of people that I'm going to credit later. According to Universal, Kate Cooper, a former storm chaser haunted by a devastating encounter with a tornado during her college years, who now studies storm patterns on screen safely in New York City, she is lured back to the open plains by her friend Javi. This could be the scene that we're seeing right now. There are a bunch of young kids all squeezed into an SUV during a dangerous tornado, and the impact of the tree hitting the windshield is probably the devastating encounter that leads her on a new path of just studying tornadoes from afar. Javi says this line right here.
Dodge whatever's in there, it's big and it's moving fast, drive.
As you can see, he's not in the car during the impact. In the original movie, Joe and Bill would ride into the tornado to set off Dorothy. The tech crew would stay a distance away, receiving the information and warning them where to go and what to do. He's also probably noting that the tornado has picked up something massive, a car, a tree, a cow perhaps. So when it clashes with a stopped truck full of young adults, it would instantly murk them. There's also a person in the car reading a Doppler radar. If you don't know how to read these things, I tried to. The spots with brighter colors usually mean big rain, hail, and snow. Heavy patches are red, and I think blue and green are the lighter patches, so they must be in that small cluster of red that seems to be moving really quickly. In the original movie, the tornado that ripped through the drive-in was an F4, and its cluster looked like this. So this might be a new, smaller tornado with a bigger punch. When Kate is holding on to something, looking back at the tornado, eating everything in sight, it resembles the scene from the original when Joe is holding onto the bridge as the tornado swoops up the yellow truck. We open back in the trailer on a calmer day. This movie takes place in Oklahoma like the original movie. According to the Oklahoman, shooting was done in Oklahoma, specifically around Chickasha, El Reno, and Okarche. They also shot many of the scenes during the actual tornado season in Oklahoma just to help create as many practical effects to balance out the CGI, which is crazy to me. I would never. We glimpse at this sick tornado bull wrangling signage on the truck that clearly belongs to Tyler Owens, played by Glen Powell, a charming and reckless social media superstar who thrives on posting his storm chasing adventures with his crew. He even gets his own little catchphrase.
If you feel it, chase it!
Everyone other than Javi and Kate are super jazzed about Tyler Owens. They love this adrenaline-seeking influencer, and this feels like the same reaction people had to Dr. Jonas's arrival in the first movie, revealing his ripped-off Dot 3. It's hard to catch, but this man to the left of Tyler is wearing a Forewarn t-shirt. Based on the color, I assume it's a work shirt, so this man probably works for Forewarn Weather Report, based out of Oklahoma City's News 4, a real news station. In the original movie, we rarely saw the news outlets. We heard Jeff Lazalier on the radio, the news anchor for Oklahoma's KJRH News news station, but we really focused on the National Severe Storm Laboratory. This tracked the storms by satellite and then was picked up by Joe's team. This guy could be doing that just for Tyler. This man over here is wearing a Tempest Tour shirt. This is also another real thing. A storm-chasing tour company. They chase storms, study them. They are licensed radio operators and trained storm spotters. Do you know how cool that is to me? I lost my when I heard that. I didn't really pay attention to the education behind the 96 movie because I was a child when I watched this movie, and I think this movie will have some deep analysis of actual tornadoes based off of this right here. Also, peep this guy who I really love because he's absolutely not taking a photo. They just opened on the home screen and held that bad boy horizontally with the portrait orientation still on. Brandon Barrick said to me, that's the realest thing in this trailer. Javi's shirt and his truck says Storm Par, which must be the company they're doing research under. It could also be for the phased array radar, aka PAR, that can rapidly scan, sense, and surveillance weather. The NSSL uses it, so maybe Javi now works directly with them. We also got a wider glimpse of Tyler Owen's vehicle. Behind the scenes footage reveals the sticker says, "See you in hell." It's cute. It looks like the same Dodge Ram from the original movie. This one has a black hood though, clearly heavily modded. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. We've all got goals, better work-life balance, stress management, but figuring out how to tackle big goals like that on your own can be difficult. Connecting with a licensed therapist through BetterHelp can help. BetterHelp makes starting therapy easier and less intimidating for a lot of people. The right therapist for you may not be in your area, and some people struggle with face-to-face interaction of therapy. With BetterHelp, you can have your therapy sessions as a phone call, as a video chat, or even via instant message, whatever's most comfortable version for you. BetterHelp has over 30,000 therapists in their network to choose from. To get started, you simply fill out a questionnaire that will ask you about what challenges you're going through and what kind of therapist you'd like. Then BetterHelp will match you with a therapist, and in most cases, it'll take less than 48 hours. Schedule therapy sessions at a time that's convenient for you, and if for any reason you feel like your therapist isn't a great fit, you can switch therapists with a click of a button at no additional cost. Join over 4 million people who've used BetterHelp to start living a healthier, happier life. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/newrockstars. Clicking that link helps support the channel and also get you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. Inside the truck, they clearly have a camera set up for vlogging their storm wrangling. In the passenger seat is Sasha Lane from American Honey. She has a remote control system, electronic headgear, and some extra miscellaneous wires and cables in the center. I think this might be Tyler's Rabbit, the navigator for Joe's team. Tyler's truck releases this drill into the ground, instantly into the ground. It's insane, which I assume keeps the truck grounded inside the tornado. As we see in the next shot, the damage the tornado is doing to the farm is the adrenaline rush Owens and his team are giggling and anticipating. They're all adrenaline junkies and crazy for this. In a different shot, we get Kate and Tyler in awe of the new tornado. Is this the love triangle we're yearning for, like the first movie? Probably. According to Universal, they'll find themselves squarely in the paths of multiple storm systems converging over central Oklahoma in the fight of their lives. This is somehow a recipe for romance, and I get it. And you know what? The girls who get it, and the girls who don't. So Kate's trying to destroy a tornado according to Owens in the trailer, which is another difference from the original movie where Joe was trying to research the tornado to understand its navigation and get a better understanding overall, using her dad's death as the fuel to her tornado obsession flame. The trailer has revealed so many more advances in new tech, new vehicles, and better CGI than the 96 movie. It makes sense that their goal would also be forward thinking, stopping and destroying the tornadoes once they hit so no more lives are lost in the future. We also glimpse at their Dorothy, another Easter egg which definitely takes us back to the first movie. Now, seeing as this movie is a standalone, that does not mean the next generation of meteorologists or storm chasers isn't using the tech or schematics the last generation created, so it makes sense that they have like kind of a duplicate version of Dorothy. The person setting up Dorothy, I think, is actually Kiernan Shipka's character, who we don't have a name for yet. She's also at the beginning of the trailer in the backseat of the car. You can kind of make out her like Sabrina scream when she's yelling, "Look out!" Our Dorothy ended at 4 in the original movie. It was the last one to be launched into the F5 successfully. This one is labeled 5, so clearly it will be modified and updated from the last one. And also, fun fact, or maybe just, a weird observation, the first Dorothy and this one both have the same Muskogee State College sticker, Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz sticker, and a red warning label by the lid. So this is either one hell of an homage or just, they're just super fans. All the little sensors I mentioned earlier are being released from the Dorothy machine. Once inside the cyclone, those balls return the information to the crew for analysis. Just when you thought this trailer was getting too easy on you, we glimpse at a wind farm and a tornado ripping the wings off a wind turbine. Side note, what's more threatening than this shot right here? It's like we're watching nature about to box. The wind turbine wing falls off immediately, smashing the top of the equipment into Kate's truck. We get a glimpse of a baseball game, which I really love because we didn't really get things like this in the first movie. Also, the tornado season in Oklahoma is April through June, so it makes sense people would be enjoying spring sports and just existing while tornadoes are coming. I also like the juxtaposition of Tyler Owens telling us to face our fears as children run away from a tornado on a baseball field, almost like he's cementing the fact he's never truly afraid of danger. Maybe at a young age he decided to just wrangle it. We get a shot of Kate and Javi driving alongside Owens and Brandon Perea from Nope. He's holding an LED light attached to his camera, so he's truly our Dustin Davis who documented their storm chasing. We get another shot of the red truck in the empty field barreling toward an aggressive tornado. Then we cut to Kate and Tyler at a rodeo. And what better place for storm chasers to go? You know what I'm saying? Also, this is a countryside. We're in Oklahoma, so none of this is surprising. It's just corny, and it's a corny place to take a corny date. I stand by it. The white truck that we saw earlier in the trailer, which belongs to Javi, reverses from the tornado, a scene I love from the original movie that really segues us into Joe and Bill's climax. Both scenes share the electrical sparks from the power lines and brush just falling and spiraling all over the place. We see a shot of Tyler's team speeding in their truck, and Brandon Perea gets the line of the trailer.
We got twins! Twins!
In the original movie on the water, we saw the tornado sort of split into two, and Bill says,
Okay, we got sisters.
which might be a call out to this, but again, I think they're trying to pull away from the predecessor. Even if they make subtle homages to the scene of Dorothy or this scene right here, they really want this to be a standalone. When he says we've got twins, Sasha Lane's character is in the back literally just, out of their mind, genuinely conked out. Then we get this shot over the dirt path of a plane flying towards the twin cyclones, which I think is just a drone. I love that this shot is giving, this is a real airplane. It's cute. We get the letters of Twister spelled out with small clips from the movie. I think this scene is at the same time as this scene, and we're getting a glimpse of the tornado they went in reverse to get away from, but behind them might be the second tornado, and they're currently in a tornado Oreo. A shot of what might be that rodeo that we saw briefly earlier, and by the way, these horses are freaking out. I'd assume it senses the tornado before everyone else does, because that's what animals do. A nice, juicy shot of Glen Powell. Owen's red truck evading the wind turbine, so it wasn't just Kate's character earlier in the trailer, immediately jumping to Tyler Owens, scream crying. It looks like Javi's trying to pull him into safe shelter, but he's refusing. This is probably where we lose a crew member. The overhead shot of the tornado about to destroy Oklahoma City, which might be at the same time as this shot where Kate opens the door to a giant tornado, definitely an F5, barreling through that parking lot or just that city, picking up everything in sight. Then a shot of Javi, Tyler, and Kate all shook from what they're seeing. We cut to the title card, Twisters. In the lettering, you see the cyclone of dust framed. The logo is basically the same as the original movie. It's edging like it was ripped from paper, but it looks basically the same. Then we're at the gas station, and you can tell nothing scares Tyler Owens as he puts on his dark sunglasses and braves another tornado. Then we jump through super quick cuts of a movie theater chair being unbolted and pulled from the ground as the tornado rips Owens' crew from his hands. We witnessed 2 people die in the tornado during this trailer, and I'm assuming they died because it's not like Joe's dad came back. Also, during the original movie, the tornado destroyed the drive-in theater. This could be an homage to that. This movie drops July 19th. It's directed by Lee Isaac Chung, who also directed Minari, and written by Mark L. Smith, who also worked on The Revenant. The cast also includes Maura Tierney and David Cornsweet, aka our newest Superman. There's been talk of a Twister follow-up for a while now, and I'm excited to see someone getting the green light finally. They also had many of the same consultants from the first movie on this one to triple check that the tech, the gear, everything is updated for now versus the 96 film. I'm overall excited to see another weather disaster movie. If the first movie touched on climate awareness, this certainly will. I love the Twister plot. Tornadoes are insane. I love the idea of wrangling something so unstoppable. Like, how is it possible to destroy a tornado? We'll all have to find out on July 19th. For now, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Lulu_Clemons. Follow New Rockstars and subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Check out The Break Room and The Deep Dive. That's no moon, that's a space station. Woo!